Now this is question number 2. Let me write that down. We got 3 parts for this question. This is part A, and the question is as follows. Find the first 3 terms in the expansion of 2 positive 3x raised to the power of 4. Now part B is the same thing. Find the first 3 terms in the expansion of 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. Now part C is find the coefficient of x raised to the power of 2 in the expansion of 2 positive 3x raised to the power of 4 times 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. So the product. So having given you this, let me start off by solving the first part. What does the first part say? We are expected to find the first 3 terms in the expansion of 2 positive 3x raised to the power of 4. Now from binomial theorem or binomial expansion, we know. What do we know? We know that a positive b raised to the power of n is equal to sigma k is equal to 0 to n nck times a raised to the power of n minus k times b raised to the power of k. So what we have to do is we will have to make the substitution. Before doing the substitution, let me give you this formula for nck, which is n factorial over n minus k factorial multiplied with k factorial. Over here, our a is 2 and b is 3x. So let me write that down. B is 3x and our n is equal to 4. So this is going to be 2 positive 3x raised to the power of 4 is equal to sigma k is equal to 0 to 4 of 4c k times 2 raised to the power of 4 minus k times 3x raised to the power of k. Now we are asked to get the first 3 terms. So that would mean we will have to start with n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1 and n is equal to 2. So I'm going to state here term 1, that's going to be 4c0 times 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 0 times 3x raised to the power of k is equal to 0. So it's going to be 0 there. I will calculate it here. So term 2 is 4c1 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 1 times 3x raised to the power of 1, and term 3 is 4c2 times 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 2 times 3x raised to the power of 2. So this is going to be equal to, now I already mentioned to you about nck, right? Nck is n factorial over n minus k factorial times k factorial. So therefore this is going to be utilized for finding 4c0. So 4c0 is 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 0 factorial times 0 factorial. Now 0 factorial is equal to 1. So this is going to be 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 0. That's going to be 4 factorial. 0 factorial is 1. So we would get 1 over 1, which is equal to 1. So therefore 4c0 is equal to 1. Now we need to get 4c1. So 4c1 is going to be 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 1 factorial multiplied with 1 factorial. So 4 minus 1, this is going to give me 3 factorial times 1 is going to be 3 factorial. 4 factorial, I can write it as 4 times 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So 3 factorial gets cancelled, giving me 4. So this is going to be 4. And 4c2 is going to be 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial. 4 factorial, I can write it as 4 into 3 into 2 factorial divided by 4 minus 2, that's going to be 2 factorial. I already have a 2 factorial here, so 2 factorial is going to be 2. Now 2 factorial can be cancelled. 2 divides 4 2 times 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So this is going to be 6. Now having got these values, we will have to get the terms. So let me go over here. So this is going to be 4c0. 4c0 is 1. 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 1. That's going to be 2 raised to the power of 4. 3x raised to the power of 0 is going to be 1. So you have 2 raised to the power of 4, which is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the 4, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. So 4c1, that's going to be 4. So place there. 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 1, that's going to be 2 raised to the power of 3. This is going to be 3x. This is going to give me 8. 8 4s are 32. Now 32 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 3s are 9. So this is going to give me 96x. Right. So now 4c2. 4c2 is what? 4c2 is 6. So place the 6 there, times 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 2, that's going to be 2 squared. 3x raised to the power of 2, that's going to be 9x squared. Now 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 6 is 24. Now we will have to multiply 24 with 9. So 9 4s are 36, 3, 9 2s are 18, that's 21, 216. So this is going to give me 216x squared. Now if I were to sum up all these terms, so that is going to give me 216x squared positive 96x positive 16. Okay, so that's the first component. Now we need to move to the next one. So part B, what does part B states? Part B, we will have to get the first three terms. Okay, so let me write that. So we will have to get the first 3 terms. Okay, present in what? Present in 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to consider 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. I'm going to rewrite this as 1 positive of negative 2x raised to the power of 5. Now this is of the form a positive b raised to the power of n, which is going to be sigma k is equal to 0 to n nck times a raised to the power of n minus k times b raised to the power of k. So therefore 1 positive negative of 2x raised to the power of 5 is going to be, my a is 1 and b is negative 2x and my n is equal to 5. So that is going to give me sigma k is equal to 0 to 5 ck times 1 raised to the power of 5 minus k times negative 2x raised to the power of k. Now the first term, so let me write this down. Term 1, n is k is equal to 0, right? K is equal to 0. So that is going to give me, okay, 5c0 times 1 raised to the power of 5 minus 0 times negative 2x raised to the power of 0. Now 5c0, that's going to give me 1. Why am I saying it's going to give me 1? Because 4c0 is 1 and 4c1 is 4. So this is going to give me 1 times 1 raised to the power of 5, that's going to be 1. Now 2 negative 2x raised to the power of 0, that's going to give me 1. So this is going to be 1. Now term 2, so that is going to be 5c1 times 1 raised to the power of 5 minus 1 times a negative 2x raised to the power of 1. Now this is going to be 5. 1 raised to the power of 5 minus 1, that's going to be 1. This is going to be negative 2x. So this would give us negative 10 times x. Now term 3, that's going to be 5c2 times 1 raised to the power of 5 minus 2 times a negative 2x raised to the power of 2. Now 5c2, we got to do some calculation for that. 5c2, let me show that here. 5c2 is 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial. I'm going to write 5 factorial as 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. 5 minus 2 is going to be 3. You got a factorial there and you have a 2 factorial here. Now 3 factorial gets cancelled. 2 factorial is 2. So 2 divides 4 2 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, so this is going to give me 10 times negative 2x raised to the power of 2. That's going to be 4 times x squared, which can be rewritten as 40 times x squared. Now if I were to sum up the terms, I would get sum of these terms would give me what? Sum of these terms would give me 40x squared, negative 10x and 1. 40x squared, negative 10x and positive 1. So that is for 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. Now part C, what we got to do, find the coefficient. Find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of 2 positive 3x raised to the power of 4 times 1 negative 2x raised to the power of 5. Now this term, let me write this term. This is going to be 40x squared, negative 10x, positive 1. Now the other one, this is, we have already found that 216x squared, positive 96x, positive 16, right? Now 40 times x squared times 16, that would give us an x squared term. So I'm going to take that. So 16 into 40 times x squared, that is one term. And then 16 will not result in any other term, or I would say producing an x squared. So the next x squared term will come from 96x with negative 10. So that's going to be negative. So 96 multiplied with 10 with a negative sign, x into x, that's going to be x squared. And we won't get any other x squared term. Followed by 216 times 1. So positive 216 times 1. So that is the term that we have got. Are there any other ways that we can get an x squared term? So these are the terms. So there isn't any other probabilities that we can extract from here. So having got these, what I'm going to do is I will have to extract the coefficient, right? So clearly this is going to give me 216, so there isn't any issue in this. So this is going to give me negative 960. This is going to give me 6 4s are 24, 2 4 1s are 4, 5, 6, 6. All of these things have got coefficient of x squared. So therefore I'm going to write this coefficient of x squared. So this is what we've got. Now you got to add up all these things, and that would give you negative 104. And that is the solution for this question. So we can move on to the next one.